just want to get people thinking a little bit more. You know, this huge deal with this vax that's out there, and this, it's really experimental. They call it medication, but it's an experimental jab, in my opinion. It's never been done before, we'll put it that way. Anyways, I just want people to think a little bit about this, especially because children are involved. So what preventable disease are you worried about? Yourself or your child getting? Most of these diseases, almost all of them, if not all of them, have been around and had been around before you were born. Most of you guys were born. And some of you maybe went through this when you were little, if you are older, and you got over it. That's just what happened, because that's the way the human body was created. I mean, that's the way it's made, is you get over it, like breaking an arm. What happens, you break an arm, you put a cast on it, or put it in a sling or whatever. You just hold it steady so it doesn't move anymore, and then your body will fix that by itself. Yes, your body will fix that by itself. It's like, hey, it's broken. Something needs to be fixed here, so let me go to work. Just don't move it around. I will fix it. I will heal it by myself. That's your body. Same thing with sickness. It used to be you got a cold. Well, your body just has to go through and it'll fix it by itself. You can have some stuff to help with the side effects of that cold, or some other things that you're getting from the cold, whether it's a headache or pains, or maybe it's something with your bowels. You can take something to help alleviate that, the stuff that happens, the symptoms of your cold. But you're not going to heal yourself using those things. It's just band-aiding it, and it's masking it. It's just making you get through it easier, so it's a little more bearable. Same thing they used to talk to you about viruses. Until 2020, viruses, where you got a virus. It's not contagious. It has to run its course. That's what it is. They used to say you got a viral infection. There's nothing I can give you. Nothing I can give you for it. I can give you something for the symptoms of it. I mean, if you're having issues, like I said, with headaches or pain, that kind of stuff. But it just has to run its course. Your body will take care of it. Your body will heal itself if it's given nutrition, enough water, you've exercised, you got enough physical activity. Your body will heal itself. All right, that's just what happens. So which one of these preventable diseases, of the 16, there are 16 that they're saying in order for your child to go to school, or because your child is born, you need to have all these, for sure these 16, they need to have this. That's what they suggest. That's what they pass. That's what they say needs to happen. So which one of these are you scared to death of, or scared out of your mind, scared out of your wits about, you or your child getting, that you're willing to get a jab for it? Whether it helps or not, you listen to the doctor because you're so scared of one of these things. Just think about that. Which one? And if you figured out which one, do a little research and then think about it a little more. So I'm going to just list some of these. Because currently there are 16 vaccines. Some require multiple doses at a specific ages and times that are on the schedule. And they're recommended from birth to 18. So of those vaccines, what's included is the influenza, annual influenza is what they're talking about. You need your annual flu shot. Well, I don't take that, and I did get a flu shot in 2005, excuse me. The spring of 2005, because I thought, well, my child is going to be born later this year, and doctor says I should, just to prevent whatever he says, the same old stuff, so I got it. I got the flu that year, and it was horrendous. That was the last time I ever got the flu. Was that year I got the shot. I got it that spring, and I got the flu that year. It's the last time I ever had it. Never got the flu shot again. And I've been fine, been great. You just worry about, having enough vitamin D, sunlight, having enough nutrition, enough physical activity, stay hydrated. Your body will take care of it for almost everything and almost anything. So back to my list. Sorry, I dove off. So there's the annual influenza shot. There's diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis. DTaP is what they talk about. Tetanus, do a little research on tetanus, because I found out some stuff on tetanus that tetanus, at least my research, was actually came out for the some other third world countries, and it was a thing to try to prevent children or being able to have children. That's what it was. That's what was given to the third world countries as a sort of a population type deal, because that's what they thought they should do so they can't have as many children. Just do a little digging. It'll be tough to find, but it's out there. And then we have so it was birth control for poor nations, basically. And it's very, very rare that there's any documented cases from tetanus ever causing lockjaw or other issues like that they scare you with. Well, I stepped on a nail, or I got scratched by a rusty paper clip that was in this pallet, so I need my tetanus shot, or I'm glad I had my tetanus shot, because other than that, I will suffer severe consequences. It's a scare thing. Look into it. So we got the polio virus. Do a little research on that, because what I found out, this is just me, I found out that the polio was getting better, and it was getting lighter and lighter. There was less issues with it, and then the vaccine came out, or the shot came out, and all of a sudden, soon after that, things ramped up again, and it was horrible. It was horrendous after people started getting the shot. Do a little digging. So how about the measles? Measles, we got mumps and rubella. Well, the measles back in the day, before I was born, were treated like chicken pox when I was younger. Chicken pox was, well, you're young, you get chicken pox, and you'll go through it. It'll be a week or two. And just stay away from grandma if she never had the chicken pox, because she didn't have it, and she's older now. That could be lethal for her. Or stay away from grandpa because he's older. Or stay away from Uncle John. He's in his 50s, and he's never had it. So stay away, until you get over the chicken pox, and you'll be fine. But if you're younger, get it. I remember my siblings, when they were even younger, some of their friends would make sure they were around someone with chicken pox, so they got it when they were little, and they get over it. Because the younger you are, the faster and easier you get over it with. That's how measles was treated. It was just one of those things. Well, you're a kid, get the measles, check it off, you never have to worry about it again. Then there's mumps and rubella. What I've heard of those are treated sort of the same way they used to be. Then we have chicken pox, like I talked about. Then there's influenza type B. There's rotavirus, hepatitis B, hepatitis A. There's HPV. There's meningococcal pneumonia, and so that's meningococcal. And then there's a meningococcal B, so they call it Men B. All these, from my research, I'm not a doctor. I didn't do heavy dives in all these things, but I did do some dives into some of these, or dives in all of these, some heavier dives into more than the others. But anyways, what I've come across is all this stuff back in the day was stuff you just got when you were younger for the most part. You get over it, boom, it's gone, you never worried about it again. That was it. If you get it, stay away from old people who never had it. Done. So of that list, which one of those are you so scared of yourself or your child getting that you want to make sure every child from birth to 18 has had these shots? It's only 16 now. They're pushing. There's going to be like 77 to 18, and then there's going to be more, and they want this to go on, so you have shots until you're dead, for the most part. That's their whole plan that I've read anyways. Just do a little digging, if you care about yourself or your children or your family, just do a little digging. And don't go on to, your main stuff. Do real research and real studies. Read the real studies and the real stuff that's been out there. So, and I just ran across this thing from Dr. Wilner. You should do some research on Dr. Wilner too. He was amazing on AIDS. He said it's not the ailment, it's the terrain. So it's not what it is. It's the terrain that it's attacking or it's trying to live in. How healthy you are is going to matter, no matter what the ailment is. The ailment is something that maybe it will make someone get a fever for a couple hours and then they're done with it. It might make another person be close to death or have to be hospitalized for months. Same deal, just what's the terrain like? How healthy is this person versus this person? What's their vitamin? What's the routine? What's their physical activity? What's their hydration level? Are they staying active? Do they have enough water? Are they, that kind of stuff. The terrain. If it can't handle the terrain, these ailments can't handle it, it's nothing. That's why when you're younger, it's easier to get these and get over with them because you're just pumping through your hormones and you're younger, you're growing, everything's happening. Once you've started to slow down as your growth goes and you start to go on the decline or the other side of the spectrum, that's when things get tougher. That's when you have to be more active with your levels of vitamins, your physical activity, your hydration. That's the terrain. So no matter what the ailment is, it matters what the terrain is. So make sure your terrain is good and ready to handle anything. So like I said, just look at these a little bit. It's the 16 now on the vaccine schedule from birth to 18. And just think of those. Which one of these, or which ones of these, am I so scared of that I need to make sure my child gets all these shots when they're young, or I have to make sure that I get them, or I have to make sure that my grandchild gets these. Even though back in the day, years ago, there was just something that happened, you got it, you got over it. That was it. So just think about that. Do a little digging if you care. And I mean, all this stuff with this coronavirus, this COVID-19 thing, this whole, whatever you want to call it, virus thing, this virus has been treated than any other virus, differently than any other virus that I've ever had in my life. I mean, that has been around, my whole life. And just think about that. Why? Why is this not the same as everything else or being treated the same as everything else? Why is the flu gone for the most part? Why are they pushing, these shots, these experimental jabs? Why are they pushing all this stuff? And look into those things too, because if you get it, you get a shot, a jab, it doesn't prevent you from giving it to somebody else. It doesn't even prevent you from getting it. Those are the main two things that a jab, or a vaccine as they call it, is supposed to do. Well, if it doesn't do either of those, then what's the point? They say, well, it helps with symptoms. Well, they also say aspirin helps with symptoms, or this other medication helps with symptoms. But if it's just helping with symptoms, why can I not fly in this plane if I haven't been jabbed? Why can I not go to this venue if I haven't been jabbed? Why can I not work at my job if I haven't been jabbed? If it's not going to prevent me from getting it, it's not going to prevent me from giving it to you, why are you guys making sure this is mandated and trying to pass something for a kind of passport, a vaccine passport? Saying, well, you need to be shot, get jabbed, in order to do this. But the shot or the jab isn't going to prevent you from getting it, or isn't going to prevent you from giving it to someone else. Just do a little thinking there, a little problem solving, and once you think about that, go back to the question I asked in the beginning of this. Which one of those are you so worried about getting, or your children getting, that you're going to go in and have them get all these vaccines? Even though these things have been around for tens of years, so long, and they were just one of the things that your children got, and they get over it. Measles, mumps, all this stuff, chicken pox. I had the chicken pox, I get over it. All my friends did when I was younger, we get over it. That was it, it was gone. Didn't need a shot. Nope. So why? Just think about that. And then do a little digging and make the best choice for yourself and your family. All right. Well, thank you for watching. As always, stay vigilant. Protect yourself. Protect your wealth. Protect your family. Protect your health.